Welcome to Egypt. In this episode, we'll show you some of the highlights of our time in Cairo, from the busy streets and markets to the countless ancient wonders. It is a vibrant place, and we can't wait to take you there.
Are you having fun yet?
I love crowds.
I'm Kelsey, that's Tim, and this is our rolling home, Dusty. We've been following our dreams of traveling around the world, and after making our way south,
We did it.
very south, COVID brought us back to the US. But now, finally, it's time to explore again. So come along for season 2. We can't wait to see where this adventure takes us.
We made it. We're on the ground. We are leaving the hotel and going into real Cairo. The first time of it.
And we'll probably not be able to show a whole lot because all the museums don't want you to film in there. So.
We hopped in a taxi and we were off, music pumping, speeding our way through the chaos that is downtown Cairo. There was so much to take in, and it finally felt like we had hit the road. We were traveling again. This was a culture I hadn't experienced yet. It was new and different and infectious. I love it when I can't take my eyes off the views out my window. This was the perfect way to be introduced to Cairo. Well, you can't visit Cairo without hitting the Pyramids of Giza, a place I have dreamed of seeing since I was a little kid.
Are you having fun yet?
I love crowds.
Eventually.
A little bit less majestic after that.
I've never been pushed and shoved and
It was like, it got panicky too, where people started to lose it and they
And started
overwhelmed the
pushing.
security guy.
Yeah.
And then we all kind of fell into the ticket room. And you're supposed to put your bag through the conveyor belt. So you put it in there going, how can I get to the other side in time? And then just a little bit of opening moved, and we kind of moved through the metal detector. No one's checking anything.
No,
one's,
push as hard as you can to get
Yeah.
through and squish everybody.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
It was one of those things where Kelsey had to push back. A couple of guys were like pushing her, and she pushed back, and they were like, "Oh, sorry," like, "Yes, sorry, ma'am." But it was
We're
wild.
here.
We're here.
There's the pyramids and the Sphinx.
There's a 3-story Pizza Hut. That's the coolest thing here. And then there's also these old buildings back here. I don't know.
Alright, we've managed to escape the crowds a little bit. And we're just wandering through all the random stuff. There's not really a direction. You're kind of just free to roam wherever you want.
That's amazing.
It doesn't come through on camera.
No, not even close. It's staggering in size. I mean, compared to the massive pyramids in Central and South America and stuff too, it's just so tall.
It's crazy. It's so big, and then it's so busy. There's so many like horses like right behind us. It's like click clack, click clack, click clack, click clack. It's crazy. So much going on. But we were able to get away in little pockets from most people, which is nice. So big.
Like I said, I have dreamed of seeing this place. As a kid, I watched countless documentaries on ancient Egypt, back when the History Channel actually had history. I dreamed of one day setting foot in such an ancient place and getting to touch these giant stones. So it was pretty special to be here. As a kid, Egypt seemed to hold so much mystery and potential. It still does, frankly. And although it may not have been the empty, remote place I had pictured as a kid, it was still a worthy stop. And I know, little kid me wouldn't believe me if I told her she would get to come here one day. Next up, we hit the famous Grand Bizzare, with its colorful shop-lined streets full of touristy trinkets, some beautiful handmade items, and the ever-eager salesman. Oh, and lots of cats.
Hi guys, would you mind to ask about here?
See any scarves you like yet?
I don't dare look too long at any of them. Or it'll turn into an hour-long conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm keeping my eyes peeled just in case.
We aren't big shoppers, so we are forever disappointing the shop owners with Allah shukran. Luckily for us, it wasn't prime time for the bazaar, and eventually we found ourselves in the locals' bazaar, where the sales pitches disappeared and the touristy trinkets were replaced with everyday items. Streets like this are my favorite, and although we feel the stares because we are out of place, it's much more interesting to me to get a glimpse into what normal life is like here. Plus, the ability to share a smile without the fear of it turning into a sales pitch is a bonus. Okay, moving on. Next on our list for Cairo were the museums. We hit the old Egyptian Museum and the much newer National Museum of Egyptian Civilization.
Okay, so there's some amazing stuff in here. But because the new museum is almost done, it feels like a lot of stuff has been moved to that. And so there's like a lot of empty cases, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, so like looking around, it's I would say it's what, 25%
Yeah.
gone. So you'll see a lot of cases like this walking around. But there's still so much, it's still overwhelming, and you're still gonna have a hard time seeing all of it. It's just I think, they thought it'd be open years ago, and then I think the last date was November of 2021. Now I think it's November of 2022 maybe, so we'll see. But it's one of those places you're gonna have to come back to regardless. There's just too much to see and take in.
Okay, so first stop was the National Museum of Egyptian Culture, I think is what it's called. Civilization? Something with a C?
National Museum of Egyptian Civilization. Those are the letters of it right here.
Right there. But we just walked through there and we filmed what we could, but you can't really take cameras into all these. So they have an exhibit of mummies, which is amazing. Crazy to see all the mummies in there. And this is just a small museum, but it's still an overwhelming amount to take in and look at. So we're just sitting, deciding what we're going to do next.
Well, that's it for Cairo. What a vibrant, chaotic city. Full of life and so much history, it's hard to even comprehend. I would love to come back once the Grand Egyptian Museum is completed, whenever that happens. I hope it really brings to life all the amazing artifacts and history Egypt has, and I hope you enjoyed getting a tiny taste of this place. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you are subscribed so you can join us next time as we head for Luxor, Egypt, where we check out some amazing temples, eat some delicious food, and explore on bikes. We'll see you then!
Just cruising in Egypt on a mountain bike. No big deal.